Hello everybody, welcome back to Display TV. I'm your host, Sarah Pribis. It's Friday, at least here in New York City it is, and I'm feeling good. I hope all of you are too. We just talked about how to earn money on this app. We got lots of money coming your way in about 15 minutes in trivia. 10 questions, you give me 10 answers and they're correct, you can win $500. Speaking of which, shall we do a little bit of a practice question since you're all here early hanging out with me? I think we should. This one will give me a chance to practice some pronunciations that are a little tricky for me. So let's get this question up. I'll have you answer, and then I'm going to reveal the correct answer. But this is for no money, no points, just to give you a leg up in that game coming up. Which of the following rulers would be considered a Hagiocrat? Ruhollah Khomeini, Che Guevara, Muammar Gaddafi. She said those answers very confidently. That's the key in pronunciations. If you say it confidently, no one really questions you, right? Unless it's just like so blatantly wrong. That's sort of my rule of thumb. I try to look things up and then I do my best, but I say them very confidently. And then I have you all fooled that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Am I fooling you? All right, do you know this answer? What is a Hagiocrat? You might ask. And if you don't know, then you might not know the answer to this question. Let's see how, oh my goodness, did you know the answer or did you know the answer? How do people know this stuff? I'm literally so blown away by how smart all of my display bees are every single day. Well, 58% of you chose the correct answer, and that means like only 42% of you didn't. So the correct answer for anyone that needs to know, that anyone that wants to know, and I'm pretty sure all of you do because you're all going to be playing trivia, is ruhollah, the first one. Ruhollah is the correct answer. So remember that. And now tell me in the chat, how did you know that? Did you look it up? Did you guess? Lucky guess? Tell me. Ella is my little welcome wagon here in the chat. Thanks for doing that. Welcome everyone to trivia. Don't worry, we're not quite to trivia yet. We're just doing the practice question for trivia. That's correct, John. The first option, ruhollah, is the correct answer. Nikki D guessed and got it right. Who else? How did you get it? I mean, over 50% of you got that right. I'm very impressed. So either you know your religious politicians, or like it was just a lucky guess. There we go. That's correct, Tim Dozer. Hagio made you think of religion, and you would be correct. Rialto searched Hagiocrat, and then he knew. Love it. All right. Okay. Well, hopefully the rest of the game is that easy, right? I would love to go into the weekend with all of you winning. That would be amazing. Well, we do have some winners on this app. They're going to be highlighted in just a moment in our Follow Friday. We've got two creators who I hope you'll be inspired by. They're posting great content on this app. We'll be right back with them. Welcome to an all-new round of Display Trivia. I'm your host, Sarah Pribis, and friends, I'm very excited to announce that it is Friday. Yes, it's Friday. And you know what that means. In the words of pop star Rebecca Black, you gotta get down on Friday. You absolutely have to. That is the rule. Look, I don't know what happens if you don't get down on Friday, but I'm afraid to find out what happens if you don't. So I never risk it. I always get down on Friday, and so should you. And if you're here on Display Trivia, then it looks like you're doing something right. And maybe you haven't gotten all the way down yet. Maybe you're just starting to dip it low. But let me help you get the rest of the way there by quickly going over what you need to know to succeed in tonight's trivia. You'll have 10 seconds each to answer 10 questions. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi and that you're holding your phone vertically so that when a new question pops up on your screen, you can pick the right one. The questions will get harder as we go, and make sure to choose carefully because once you tap, there's no going back. Don't worry though, because if you get one wrong, you can still keep playing. Your winnings will show up in your display bank if you're active in the app and have a completed profile. Now real quick, for absolutely no points at all, let's do a pop quiz. Well, really more of a pop check-in. Would you rather get down on Friday, give up on Friday, go wild on Friday? Truly, I don't know how you could choose anything but the first option after I told you that the rule of Friday is that you absolutely positively have to get down. And as for giving up, I really believe that y'all aren't quitters since you showed up here tonight. But, you know, let's see. 52% of you, yes, you heard my instructions. You're getting down on Friday. 23% of you are giving up, just not on trivia. And 26% of you are going wild. You're starting it off with trivia. I love that. All right, well, it looks like we're itching to get started and go wild and get down. And yeah, let's do it. It's time for display trivia. Question 1. In traffic, which of the following colors means stop? Green, blue, red. In traffic, which of the following colors means stop? Green, blue, red. There's only 3 options of things to do in traffic, and is it just me or does that feel so limiting? You know, I'm an artist, I need options. Don't try to confine me to the boxes of start, stop, and slow down. What color is the light for trust your instincts, huh? Or the one that means dance like no one's watching? How about a flashing purple light for do a silly little dance? Maybe even a rainbow light for wild card? Honestly, like do whatever you want, as long as you go at the green light and stop at the red light. And if you remember the orders of the colors, like the game Simon, bonus points. 97% of you got that. And literally no one tapped blue. Well done, you, well done. Question 2. Which of the following is a prime number? 2, 4, 6. Which of the following is a prime number? 2, 4, 6. I don't know a ton about numbers, admittedly, but I do know quite a bit about makeup. And when it comes to makeup, you always, always, always need a primer. You are dead in the water without your primer. Oh, you are up a creek without a paddle. The primer is what goes on your face before putting on the actual makeup. Putting on makeup without a primer? That is like frying eggs without greasing up the pan. That is like getting all buttoned up and realizing you forgot your bra. Oh. The point is, the order of things is important. And in numbers, a prime number is a number that is only divisible by itself and 1. Of these numbers, the only one here that fits that bill is 2. 90% of you got it. Question 3. If you stan someone, what are your feelings toward them? Positive, negative, neutral. If you stan someone, what are your feelings toward them? Positive, negative, neutral. There is an entire range of human emotions. And folks, I think I have gone through all of them just since the beginning of this week. I mean, on Sunday, we had the excitement of the Super Bowl. Then Monday, we had Valentine's Day, which was just full of love. And then Tuesday, well, Tuesday is when things really took a turn for me. Tuesday is when I reached my zenith as a human being, because Tuesday was Taco Tuesday. I mean, between all of this week's emotional range, it basically deserves an Oscar nomination. But do we stan it? I think so, because generally I liked this week. So I would say I stan it. To stan someone is to give them your undying support, which is usually a good thing, until that person turns out to be a serial killer. 88% of you knew it. Question 4. What is the name of the character with a unibrow from Hey Arnold? Gerald, Helga, Brainy. What is the name of the character with a unibrow from Hey Arnold? Gerald, Helga, Brainy. Now, I enjoy this show, but don't you think there was probably a better way to get Arnold's attention than by screaming at him? Hey, Arnold! Were you raised in a barn? Actually, I do know someone who was raised in a barn, and they are very well-mannered. And yes, that person is a horse, but they never take a carrot out of your hand without asking. And yes, hay is for horses. So if anyone should be screaming for Arnold around the block, it's my friend Mr. Ed. Maybe next time you need to get Arnold's attention, approach him calmly, shoot him a quick text. You don't need to yell. The only character on this list with a unibrow was Helga, who pretended to hate Arnold, but actually had a shrine to him. 91% of you. Q5. The boy band BTS falls under a genre that starts with the same letter as which of the following words? Kinetic, jugular, penultimate. The boy band BTS falls under a genre that starts with the same letter as which of the following words? Kinetic, jugular, penultimate. What is it about boy bands that we love so much? And why don't we want the same thing out of middle-aged men? We really should give them a chance to prove themselves. I mean, sure, you know, they've got their Beatles cover bands, but I want to see a bunch of dads breaking it down and matching silk button-ups, doing flashy 90s choreography. Put them in a warehouse, add some background dancers, and you've got yourself a dad band. Well, it was going well until they broke half an hour ago for their tea time on the golf course. I guess we're not getting them back anytime soon. The genre that BTS claims is called K-pop, for Korean pop, like kinetic. 91% of you got it, halfway there. Question 6. Select the car maker that has not produced a vehicle named for a type of horse. Dodge, Chevy, Ford. Select the car maker that has not produced a vehicle named for a type of horse. Dodge, Chevy, Ford. I love car names because they're always trying so hard to be epic. It's like, dude, this is a minivan. Just call it something normal. It doesn't have to be the Bolt or the Thunder. No, a better name for a minivan is something like the Kia Complacency or the Lexus just circling the block till Ava finishes her ballet lesson. But quite a large number of cars are named after epic weather events or horses. There's the Dodge Colt, of course, the Ford Pinto, Bronco, and Mustang. But so far, no equine-inspired names for any Chevys. If they need any ideas, for a mid-sized sedan, might I suggest the Chevy on its way to the glue factory? 80% of you got it. Well done. Question 7. The first Mars rover was launched in the same year as what TV shows premiere? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sex and the City, Family Guy. The first Mars rover was launched in the same year as what TV shows premiere? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sex and the City, Family Guy. I don't know about you guys, but I always remember important dates in my life based on when TV shows first aired. Let's see, there's Lost. Oh my gosh, that was the same summer I went to my first boy-girl pool party. I wore a tankini and everything. I just wish that could have happened after my mom let me start shaving my legs. And then there was Glee. Now that stands out to me because that was the year I started college and everyone kept asking me to stop singing all the time. I mean, yeah, I started as pre-med, but Glee had some catchy melodies, okay? You know? TV shows are important markers in our lives, and all of these shows premiered in the late 90s, but the only one that premiered in 1996, the same year Mars Pathfinder began its mission to the Red Planet, was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. 83% of you got that. Question 8. Which of the following rulers would be considered a hagiocrat? Ruhollah Khomeini, Che Guevara, Muammar Gaddafi. Which of the following rulers would be considered a hagiocrat? Ruhollah Khomeini, Che Guevara, Muammar Gaddafi. Okay, here's what I want to know. Why are measurement tools being used to run countries? I mean, a ruler can tell you how many inches long this toothbrush is, but it can't tell you how to legislate or boost economic spending. What's next? A stapler as our new governor? I mean, that guy is good at holding things together, but come on, we need people, not office supplies. Look, fine, let me reconcile with you. I can see maybe using a measuring tape, maybe a yardstick, nothing shorter, okay? But I am not going to be all autocratic about it. An autocrat is someone who has absolute control. A hagiocrat, though, that is someone who is just as much a religious leader as they are a political leader. And the only ruler here who falls under that category is Ruhollah Khomeini, also known as the Iranian Ayatollah. And if you tuned into the pre-show, you knew that. 84% of you did. Question 9. Which of the following SNL characters is incorrectly matched to one of their costume pieces? Mr. Robinson, a cardigan, Debbie Downer, a brooch, Matt Foley, a blazer. Which of the following SNL characters is incorrectly matched to one of their costume pieces? Mr. Robinson, a cardigan, Debbie Downer, a brooch, Matt Foley, a blazer. They say the clothes make the man. Well, if this is true, then the wig makes the character, or the prosthetic nose makes the character. Either way, a good character always needs something just a little bit zany. This is how you know they're going to be funny. I mean, Kristen Wiig's Target lady with a normal haircut, it just wouldn't work. The bowl cut is who she is. I mean, even serious characters need a thing. What's Don Draper without a suit and a glass of scotch? See, you know he's serious because of the suit. Matt Foley, played by Chris Farley, lived in a van down by the river and wore a blazer, but that didn't necessarily make him serious. Eddie Murphy's Mr. Robinson wore a cardigan just like his inspiration Mr. Rogers, but Rachel Dratch's Debbie Downer was not known for sporting a pin, just a frown. 83% of you got that. Now let me see some smiles because it's time for the final question. Question 10. Select the city where the national language's alphabet is logographic. Tel Aviv, Shanghai, Moscow. Select the city where the national language's alphabet is logographic. Tel Aviv, Shanghai, Moscow. Language can get so confusing. We're all human, yet we can't understand each other. You know what language we can use that doesn't need any words at all? Body language. I used that once during my study abroad in Barcelona while I was out at a club, and you know what? I was politely escorted out of the country. Yeah, they take dad jokes very seriously in Spain. Prosecution is strict. When you say, I'm hungry, no one says, hey, hungry, nice to meet you. I mean, no one really speaks in English, so they wouldn't say it in those words necessarily, but you know what I mean. So weird that they hate dad jokes, but they love pronouncing their S's like this. Look, I'm well-traveled, so I know that the only country in these answers that uses a logographic alphabet, aka one where characters represent entire words, is Mandarin, spoken in Shanghai. And that's your answer, Shanghai. 84% of you got that! So how did you do? I mean, no matter what alphabet you use, I hope you wrote your winning story. You came, you slayed, you displayed your knowledge, and you got paid. How many winners do we have, and what were your scores going into the weekend? How much coin are you taking home? 306 of you are going home with a little something, maybe a little coffee for tomorrow. I love it. Maybe a little midnight snack for tonight. Friends, that is the way to kick off your weekend. I love it. Rest up, of course. Facts Guru got a 10. Who else do we have? Gary got an 8. We've got Anime Lover Dan, 9 out of 10. Anime Lover, do you know that there's a community dedicated to anime on display? You should check it out. Thank you, Gary, for that. I appreciate that. Oh, Sevja, 3 out of 10. Come back next week. We're doing it all again. Bila got a 6. Danielle got a 4. RJ got a 10. Ella Madness got a 5 out of 10. Oni I Wow got an 8. Bubble Bass a 9. Bravo, everyone. Tim, so close, 9 out of 10. Oh no, Study got a 10 out of 10. How appropriate. Did you study? Nikki D, so close, 9 out of 10. Oh my gosh, so many winners. Well, friends, don't forget to join me every single night at 7:30 for our pre-show where I give away an answer to that night's quiz if you need a little help. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Rest up. I'll see you Monday on display.